tuning in to another episode of the Berardo Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Berardo. Each episode I focus on giving you fun, entertaining content on health, happiness, positivity, and anything else that's important to us humans. If you haven't already, you can follow me on Instagram at the Berardo, and don't forget to subscribe to the show by visiting theberardo.com/thepodcast, or just click that little subscribe button wherever you're listening to the podcast. Thanks again, and enjoy the episode.
You're just funny. It's funny, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how?
Come here though. Yeah, he's crazy, see? Who are you?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gents, hey, what's going on? Again, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Berardo Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Berardo. Before we get into today's episode, it's a fun one because I get to sit down with comedian Heather Shaw. And, you might know her on TikTok and Instagram for her hilarious Jim Carrey impression. But I had the opportunity to have her on the show today, and it was a really fun conversation. She's hysterical. This is definitely an R-rated podcast, so prepare yourself. Overall, really good time. And I had a blast just getting to know her a little bit and chatting with her. She's very funny. I'll leave her links, I'll leave the link to her social media in the podcast description, so make sure you check that out. Give her a follow because she is hilarious. Before we get into that, can't talk today, Jesus. Before we get into today's episode, I do want to thank Ecamm Live. So if you guys don't know, I've been using Ecamm Live for a couple months now. Ecamm is the one-stop shop. If you're looking for a platform that allows you to add overlays, sounds, fonts, and just make much more from your videos and audio, Ecamm Live is the way to go. It actually lets you integrate all your platforms like Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to go live on those social media sites, you totally can. And for Mac users, Ecamm Live is the only software that you don't need to upgrade. You literally just pick up the pro service that they have available using the affiliate link that I'll put down in the description, and everything's included. So you'll get access to Facebook groups, video tutorials, tons of great stuff. And again, overlays, fonts, just a lot more capability involved to really upgrade your video production, and including your podcast, or, if you stream, if you game. Try out Ecamm for 14 days risk-free. Give them a shot. Ecamm Live. And I do want to thank our friends over at Superfat. So I'm sure you guys hear me talk about Superfat all the time. They got tons of great new products that just came out. One of the biggest things that people ask me, how I stay so healthy and what I do on a daily basis. Because let's be honest, it's one of the hardest things that you can do, right? Especially when you're at home and you're tempted to eat all this junk food. And, obviously junk food's a lot more cheaper. So, personally, I think the easiest way to get yourself in the habit of finding things that are good for you is finding things that actually taste good, that satisfy the sweet tooth. You have something that, tastes like what you really, really love, but it's healthier for you. That's a win-win. Most of us love peanut butter, right? Unless you're, of course, allergic to peanut butter, then I'm really sorry. Peanuts, even though they're high in protein, they don't have good fats. Superfat actually created a nut butter that's made from all the nuts that are actually good for us, like almonds, macadamia nuts. They even use real ingredients like cacao, coconut, MCT, and some other great flavors. Plus, the best part is that I love about them is these nut butters are vegan and keto friendly. Now, I know y'all love these as much as I do, so you're going to get hooked on them. They even have tons of great keto cookie bites and baking mixes where you can make keto-friendly pancake and brownie mix. Just visit superfat.com. If you want 10% off, use the code Berardo10. You're going to get 10% off your entire order. Again, that's superfat.com. Thank you, Superfat. Appreciate you. All right, so we got that out of the way. Thanks again to our sponsors. I am very excited and humble to invite our next guest on the Berardo Podcast, the very funny, the very talented Heather Shaw.
Sweet.
Hell yeah. How you doing? I'm glad we finally connected. Sorry about yesterday.
Well, I've been on every single day this week, just waiting for you.
Oh my God. Oh no. Well, good. I feel good.
Yes. So yeah, thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate you.
Of course. Yeah.
So I usually do the intros and my pre-rolls and my ads beforehand. So at this point, I built you up for 30 minutes in the introduction,
Okay.
and we're
Great.
already rolling. But I did want to ask you a couple things. You know, naturally we'll get into a few things, but before we do, I want to let you know, we encourage cursing on the podcast.
Okay, good.
So this is explicit. I make sure I put in the disclaimer that only kids should be watching this. So
Only kids, yes.
Only
Love
kids.
kids. Don't
Yes.
hate them at all. Don't think they're beyond
or
unnecessary.
or a waste of money. And then, also my content, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to any podcasts or any clips or anything, but so it mainly talks about health, wellness, just, being a good person, being positive, drinking, things like that. So our listeners, there is nothing off the table. So
Great.
feel free.
Thank God, man. It's my kind of podcast. Yeah, I saw some
That's
clips with you and Chris. It was great.
Oh yeah, that's right. Just had him on. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
glad he made the intro. Chris is great. I've known him for, Jesus, I don't know, too
He's
long.
great. I love him.
Yeah,
Such a sweet man.
He's a good dude. I think he just had a set last night. He told me. He
Oh
texted
yeah,
me
probably
he was out
Tin Roof
there.
or something.
Yeah, right on. So you're out of Orlando, yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, cool. Have you been there a while? You lived there? Raised
Yes, I've been here too long. I'm probably gonna be moving in a couple months, to be honest. I
Smart.
can't do another summer here, man.
there? It's rough.
It's so
rough.
bad. I don't
rough.
want to walk out and be outside for 5 seconds. And I weigh like nothing. I weigh like 100 pounds. And in 5 seconds in the summer, I'm like drenched in sweat. It's
That's right.
disgusting. I can't imagine what men feel like through their balls and stuff.
Oh, it's outrageous. Yeah. I mean, even
Can't
inside. Even inside,
Yeah.
balls are sweaty, let alone you go outside.
Yeah,
It's,
fuck that.
it's not okay.
Thank God for vaginas.
That's right. You're telling me. And the hair too is the one thing. Like my wife, she's Dominican and Puerto Rican, so she sweats
so
more
sorry for
than
you, man.
a Dominican
lot.
and a Puerto Rican. Yeah, no, and
When she's mad, do you just run?
no, when she's mad, I just threaten to leave her. And then
Deport her?
I'll elect Trump again.
Love it.
Yeah, no,
Way
she's
to do it.
yeah, she. Thank goodness I don't piss her off too much.
Yeah.
But we've been married for. I'll cut this part out. Close to 3 years. So
Wow.
and we've been together, over 5, and
Jesus.
I've figured out some, the hot
you
spots.
know some ways, yeah.
Yeah. So like when I start to see like the Dominican come out, the Puerto Rican come out, that's not too bad. But when they
Really?
I could see in her eyes like Dominicans here, Puerto Ricans here, and when they start like doing this, I'm like, I'll go play video games, babe. Just,
Yeah.
I'll walk away.
See you in an hour or never.
That's right. No, but we actually, so we were both born. Well, actually, she was born in Dominican Republic. Moved to Orlando when she was 3,
Oh, okay.
and I was born and raised in Orlando,
Yeah. Oh, really?
so I know it well.
Whole life.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm in Apollo Beach now, which is near Tampa.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad, right? Is that I mean, not a bad area.
No, it's cool. Well, it's like a retirement, not a retirement community, but it's like it's got the feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's
Little
this,
suburb.
there's just like we're in a nice little brand new community that just opened last year, but there's this nice little restaurant that's like across the street on the water. We're like 2 minutes from the water, and it's called Circles. But you go there for happy hour and it's empty.
Really?
Right. Which our happy hour is what? Like 5 to 7.
What, 5? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but when you get there at 3,
Oh my God.
that place is popping because everyone above 55 is just fucking.
Their fucking time, man. It's fucking.
right.
It's almost bedtime soon.
That's right. They're going to bed at 7. So
Yeah.
but it's
Hell
cool. It's up and coming. They just built the Starbucks across the street, so
Oh, watch out.
yeah, the
Getting trendy.
white women are coming soon.
Coming everywhere. Yeah. Coming their pants over it.
Pun intended. You're enjoying a beverage. Happy St. Patty's, by the way.
Happy St. Patty's Day. This is not Irish, but it's close enough for me since I know no geography.
Yeah, Stella Artois.
Stella Artois, which the people in the UK give me shit for drinking because they say it's over there it's like wife beater beer. They say like men that are like kind of described as like wife beater trashy, they drink Stella, like that's all they drink.
So it's
over
our
here it's nice though. It's a good beer over here.
yeah. So it's our Natty Ice essentially.
Yes, well, Budweiser I would say.
Budweiser more than Natty.
Yeah, maybe a mixture actually because over there they said Budweiser's like a delicacy.
Jesus.
Like a good high-end beer. I'm like, okay, well, UK, go get your fish and chips and get out of here.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. UK sucks.
You think? They love me over there. I might have to move there. I think I'll be
really?
successful over there. They fucking love me. Americans are on the fence about me. UK loves me.
Yeah. Well, why do you think that is? Just Americans are fucked up? They
I
don't
just
get it?
think maybe my style or my sense of humor, I'm a little bit mean and dry, and I think they like that. And
Yeah.
I think they adore Jim Carrey over there too. So I have
Mm,
that in my pocket. I
that's
think that
right.
he's really adored over there more than America.
Well, he's just adored everywhere. He's the man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And you're the
It is
woman,
true.
so congrats on
You
that.
know. Thank God for
Representing.
this mouth. Yeah.
No, that is kind of wild because I hear UK and I mean Europe in general is fucking awesome, but I
Yeah.
hear they're definitely more open-minded, more relaxed.
Yeah.
You know,
Fuck
it's not
yeah. That's
it's
my
not like
kinda
even a
thing.
progressive thing. It's more like they're just
They're not
better.
going to be mad if you say midget.
Right, because that's
They're
a
not going to
that's
be
a
like,
word.
hey, it's little person. That can't do an accent. I'm going to get canceled. But yeah,
That's
over
pretty
here
good.
it's like you can't even say fucking stupid sometimes. People are like, my aunt is stupid. How dare you?
I know.
You know?
I mean, and it all started, I don't even know, like 10 years ago, but now it's just getting worse and
Still
worse
too
every year.
much.
Yeah,
We got to
it's-
correct the path. I think it's gone too much this way, and now we just got to
we got to
even
fix
it
the
out a
curve.
little. Yeah. I
What
mean,
do you
saying
think?
the N word on stage, I get. Don't fucking do it. But like,
Sure.
you know, I have a joke about trans people, and it's not even derogatory or anything. And some people get really upset just because I mention the word trans.
It's so stupid.
I know, and I'm never going to apologize for a joke, so they can
shouldn't.
suck a fart. No.
Yeah. I mean, it's a joke.
Yes. I mean, again, if I was saying something really offensive
Right.
and just not even funny, like saying the N word on stage as a white person, it's not. It's just. I mean, fine, whatever. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I would
mean,
apologize. I wouldn't do that.
and it's all context too. I mean,
Exactly.
that's the big thing. And
Yeah.
when it comes to joke telling in particular, I could imagine it gets a little bit more rough, especially as like, these past couple years it's been getting more and more aggressive. But are you seeing anything like in your material? Are you forced to change, or you're saying I'm just gonna fucking do it no matter what, and then people either deal with it or they don't? Like, what's your
Yeah, I
attitude
have
towards
that
it?
attitude
Yeah.
where I'm like, I'll do it, which is probably not smart in some aspects, but also I read a room before I do a joke.
Mm.
So before I write my set, I'll go in and read the room a little because there's certain demos that you're not going to get away with. I have a joke about the Smiths, the band, and I know that some crowds are not going to fucking know that reference.
Right.
Unfortunately, if it's an older crowd or. But
Do
yeah,
you
I'm not gonna.
physically go around and like ask every single person?
Yes.
Just tap them on the
Excuse
shoulder?
me. You like music?
Do you know the
No.
Smiths?
Yeah, I just you can kind of just tell. Plus, I mean,
Yeah.
it's nice to watch other comics go out before you and see what jokes
Feel it
of
out.
theirs land, and you can kind of adapt. But I'm never gonna stray away from doing the jokes I want to do for fear of how the audience reacts. But again,
Right.
I'm not like super offensive,
Right.
and I'm a gay lady, so I can get away with a little bit more. If I was like a white straight dude, might
Oh,
be
yeah.
harder for a trans joke or whatever.
Yeah. Well, white straight dude now. Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
But like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
you can get away with everything.
Yeah, and I really miss the white straight guys just going out there and.
Just
I mean, there's
crushing
still
it.
some that'll push the limit and don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah. We're definitely in trouble. I mean, we got it
I know,
coming
you
to us.
guys.
We're so
I don't even
fucked.
know what white straight guys talk about on stage other than Tinder. That's all they have now. Tinder
it.
and marriage is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Marriage is
know?
just. My wife's in the next room. I don't want to say it, but yeah. I mean, that's really.
Watch out for the DR.
Yeah. It's funny because you see like, stand up comics that, 15 years ago, you watch them now, and it's interesting to see him like married. And then
Yeah.
like Chris Rock's a good example where he was married and there's material there. And then now he did a whole set, excuse me, all about divorce. And it's just so funny to see like the difference in the
I know.
material.
It's always better on
because
the divorce end.
it's way better when you get divorced. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to, is when I get divorced.
Where is your wife? Yep. Look behind you always.
She's like in the next room with a cup, like.
Yeah, right. Jesus. You better watch out.
Yeah, but it is.
Yeah, we should title that episode. This episode, I'm excited to get divorced. Just see what happens with that.
Just call it that. And then
Yeah.
if she has to be like, no, it's Heather.
Yeah.
It's about Heather.
I'll pretend to be married
Thank
just
you.
to save
Thank
your
you.
ass. You're welcome.
And then when it comes to, by the way, before we get off that topic, I did want to mention, because I was just looking at your Instagram feed. So that that Women's International Day that you posted about Caitlyn Jenner, that was fantastic, by the way.
Yeah. It's great.
My favorite murder. I love it.
Yeah, love that murderer.
I was just telling my wife about this because she didn't believe it, but she got away with She got away with murder, and then like 6 months later,
Manslaughter,
she
which
was
is the funniest word for it.
yeah, and then 6 months later, she's Woman of the Year, got an ESPY.
Yeah, come on.
Stop
That was
it.
so stupid because there were a lot of amazing women athletes. Wasn't it for ESPYs, right?
Yeah,
I think, yeah, there's so many
Yeah.
amazing
Tons.
actual women athletes. Bruce Jenner, and I'm not dead naming him. I just mean when Bruce Jenner was running, he was Bruce Jenner, and that was in the 70s. Just because,
Right.
like, she's trans now. Like, she literally manslaughtered that car, which should have been called woman slaughter. But yeah, I just think it's hilarious. But it's good publicity for ESPYs. I don't think any award show doesn't give a fuck about
that's right.
the integrity. They just want the ratings.
That's right. That's right.
That's
And
a very
that goes
good
with,
move.
I mean, that goes with anything too nowadays. Now, like news stations and
Yeah,
movies,
BET Awards
it's-
would give away an award to the Klans member if it meant more ratings. I'm
And
sure.
that's next in 2022.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funky, man. It's a funky time out there. I've been enjoying COVID because I've just been staying home, and
It's not been bad.
It's so funny when you spend less time with people, you realize how great this world is.
Yeah. It's
And
not
then-
bad at all.
No,
Even if you're on FaceTime with somebody, you can just hang up and blame it on anything.
that's right.
Not have to deal with them. When you're in a room with them, you got to figure it a way out.
I know it's
It's
great.
not bad.
Yeah.
Comedy's
So-
been a little bit weird, but
Yeah, have you? I saw some clips up, but have you been doing sets? I mean, last couple months or?
yeah, very rarely. I'll
Really?
do some sets here and there. There's a show I like in Milk District called Shit Sandwich, but I don't
Nice.
go to mics a lot. Just because it's not, I'm sure it's good to get up and practice, but like there's not a great amount of audience members. Maybe there are now. I haven't really been in a while, but
Mhm.
there's not enough to like practice jokes on. It's just chairs and comics. So,
Yeah, and you don't want that because sometimes what comics
No.
think are funny or not necessarily.
yeah,
a whole
that's,
room
I
of people.
know. Yeah.
'Cause-
Comics will go there with jokes. It's the audience members that
Right,
you
they're a
kind
little
of
more
have to test
open-minded.
out. But it'll be back. I've done maybe 5 shows, so not a lot
Since?
in the past year.
Oh wow, okay, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
5 shows, and then mics here and there, but
Yeah.
like legit shows, yeah, only 5 probably.
And so you've lived in Orlando pretty much your whole life, yeah? You said?
Yeah, I'm from upstate New York, and then I moved here in high school, like 2001, middle school 2001, and then I was in
Nice.
Melbourne and then Orlando since I was 18. I'm like 32 now,
Oh,
so it's time to
nice.
go.
Yeah. No, I
You
think.
ever want
30
to get
years
out,
is
or
the
you like
cap.
it?
Florida, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, I had to get out of Orlando just because. I mean, my whole family, lives there still,
know.
and I got
Yeah.
cousins and all that shit. So I got out mainly not to see them. So
Yeah.
that was step one.
Smart move.
And
Family's the
then-
word.
That's right. And then just the past. I go to a local bar. I see friends that I don't want to see. I see
the
exes.
hometown
Like
shit.
it's ridiculous. And
Yeah, you
Orlando's
gotta
like
get out of hometowns.
Orlando's so funky too because when I tell people I lived in Orlando for most of my life and they're like, oh yeah, you like it? It's a big city. I was like, it's big, but it's not though. It's one of those things
It
where
gets
like
so played out.
totally.
I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
so played out.
And
It
what
is
else
big,
is there?
but it's
I
like
mean, Wall
yeah.
Street. Okay. What else?
Winter Park, downtown, Lake Eola.
Come on.
I mean, even out further, like Altamont. I don't even know if that's even Orlando, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot to do, but then there's not a lot to do.
That's right.
After you rerun your course of the places and
Yeah.
it's
and
a nice city,
everything.
but
Yeah, it's cool, and it's so overpriced. I mean, it's like New York.
yeah,
You know
it's
what I
getting
mean? Like,
bad.
Yeah, it's
I live in a
ridiculous.
shoebox and pay like almost $1,000,
Ugh.
but I'm
nuts.
downtown, so it's like
Yeah. We're
so
at
I'm
downtown.
ready to go.
Not your actual,
South downtown.
yeah, physical address, but
My physical address is 123 Lesbian Street.
go
All
fuck
gay people
yourself
live here.
Avenue.
It's awful.
Yeah, I used to live in. Me and my buddy had a place in Soho. I don't know if it's still called that. But
Snowdo?
Snowgo. No, it's right. It's right behind. It was behind Pulse.
Yeah, okay, that's where I am.
No shit, where the Target is.
Yeah. Yep.
Shut
Not in
your
that area,
face.
but like literally blocked down.
Oh yeah,
near
I
the
was
hospital and everything.
I was right above. I don't know what it's called now, but it was just called.
I
Soho
think it is still
Apartments.
Soho or something fancy like that. It's nice.
Yeah, it was. I mean, shit, we paid. This was going back almost 8 years ago, but I think we were 2-bedroom. It was like 2,000 square feet. I want to say it was like $2,000, which was great.
That's
but
not
then,
bad.
yeah, but then I mean, now I got buddies that looked at the property and they said it's almost $4,000. I'm just like,
Dude, it's ridiculous.
I don't know
This
how you
area
get
is
away with that.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Murder.
it's really bad.
So I bought my first home in Winter Park like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I now rent that out, and then I bought a couple homes here in Tampa.
Dude, that's the
And-
smartest fucking thing ever.
Yeah, it's one of the smart things for sure.
Yeah.
And then of
I
course,
mean, renting a home in Winter Park.
Yeah.
Are they annoying or is it chill? Are they like, do you really screen your tenants to make sure you're not dealing
yeah.
with assholes?
I
Good.
do background checks, blood type,
Yeah.
vaccinations,
Yep. Even
everything.
before COVID.
That's right.
You have
No,
polio.
No, they're really good tenants. They're it's three people.
Perfect.
I don't want to identify them, but they're
Yep, give
they're
us the
three
social.
people, and they pay rent on time. They're good tenants. One of them's like a
Perfect.
gamer. The other ones work for themselves. So
Great.
and they
That's
pay rent
easy
on time.
peasy.
That's it. And they're in their 30s, don't want to fuck around. And
Yeah, and there's not a lot of bullshit of them complaining about
right.
shit broken and stuff, because that's also annoying.
Yeah, and parties too and all that. They don't
Yeah.
party at all, so it's good.
Perfect, man. That's passive income right there. It's great.
Yeah, man, I got lucky. And
That's
then
awesome.
I got rid of another house I just sold in Tampa. Then we moved to Apollo Beach, this spot,
Yeah.
and that's been going good. We're loving it out here. But I got to tell you though, if you are going to get out of Orlando, now's the time. I feel
Yeah, for sure, right? My lease
Yeah.
is up in May. It's like perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Yeah, because I feel like it's just going to get even worse. I got
It's
buddies
getting
that
bad.
are trying to move out of there too. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting bad.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I'm ready to not have it. I just can't do summer here. I can't do another one.
yeah, you're really contemplating UK, huh?
Not
Over the
currently,
pond.
no. Not with I don't even know what how you would fucking do that with COVID, right? Because they're getting slammed over there with COVID.
Yeah.
They're constantly on lockdowns. I think they're on like their 9th lockdown. They'll message me like today. I posted about St. Patty's Day, and people in the UK were like, "Go out and drink for us because we literally can't. We're just still stuck here in lockdown." So
So strange.
yeah, they're not doing too great. But also, America was just dumb, and we're like, "All right, we're back." But
Well, Florida in particular, I mean,
yeah, Florida never shut down. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of been nice. I'm not gonna lie,
it's pretty tough.
not having but also, yeah, people judge us.
Well, and don't we have
Fair.
like the least amount of cases, or
I don't know. I don't keep up. I gave up caring.
it's all fake anyway. Fake.
Yeah.
So side note,
Yeah.
we'll jump off that. But by the way, your content is fucking hysterical.
Hey, thank you so much.
No, thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
It's
Thanks,
great
man. Appreciate
for people who don't know. I'm gonna toss up your social.
Yeah, that'd be great. Oh man,
boom.
you are on it. Look at this.
It's what I
What
do.
is that? This is great. It's a great platform.
Thank you. Well, this is called Ecamm Live. Shout out Ecamm
Yeah.
Live.
I might need this.
No, it's pretty cool. Well, don't you have do you have a podcast, or I saw it? Were you just on?
I just recorded my first episode with Big Tim, but I did it through Zoom.
That's
And it
not
wasn't bad, but
not
they
bad.
give you audio and video, but this is really cool.
Yeah, this is rad. This is well, you're Mac. You're one of those blue bubbles, so kudos.
Yeah.
But this is pretty rad. So you can like create overlays and
Yeah, it's
you can
awesome.
make things disappear, switch over.
I can put up messages when I'm talking to Big Tim, just like, "You fat fuck, eat a salad."
That's right. Hold on, actually, I could do that right now.
Oh my God.
I do love about
Big
going
Tim, take a
live on
shower.
this thing. You can actually go live on YouTube and Facebook, and then if people comment, you can throw it on the screen and it records it.
Oh shit, man. I got to
Yeah.
get this for real.
It's pretty sick. I'll send you some
Yeah.
info if you want to check it out. It's pretty cool.
Please do. Yeah. Is it? Yeah. We'll talk about it later. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
not that exciting to talk about.
Yeah. But no, the content I'm loving. So well done, kudos.
Thank you.
I want to get into TikTok, you going viral and stuff, because I know that's pretty exciting. But what made you start stand up? Have you been doing stand up for a long time, or?
Yeah, I've been technically doing it for 6 years. I say 5, but because this last year's kind of been a wash, but whatever, it'll do 6. I've always wanted to do it. I was just always been chicken shit, really scared to do it. But I'll always write jokes and just never go to an open mic. So I was so scared. And then finally I think it was 26 and I was just like, fuck it. And I went up. And the first open mic I did, Preacher Lawson was hosting, which was really cool.
Oh,
And he
shit.
was he's super sweet, which made me more comfortable to do it. And I had a okay set. It wasn't like you hear some comics that go up their first time at open mic and murder, and then that's why they're hooked.
Right.
But I mean, I had like a tepid. There weren't many people in the audience, and my jokes were just kind of crazy. So, but I never stopped after that. I loved it so much.
Wow. So you didn't get discouraged. That's awesome.
No,
Do you remember? Do you remember any of the jokes? or are they just ones that you wrote down? And,
Yeah, there was one that I still do that kind of people were like, "Whoa." I still like it. It was that I'm kind of an idiot, and I thought that TV show Touched by an Angel was a show about a molestation in the Hispanic community. And I mean, I like it, but I just remember the open mic crowd being like, "Whoa, calm down, white girl." I still say that joke though. I think it's funny.
That's a great joke.
Just by the molestation joke.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and it's not too soon for molestation. It's
Yeah, we all. It's
been
fine.
it continues to grow in popularity.
Yeah,
but even
molestation's hot.
Yeah, that's right. But one thing I love about that joke is even if you don't know that that's a show, like even if you were just born, 5 years ago, that's just funny playing words. It's great.
That's the other thing I've always forget about is how old that reference is.
Right.
But again, it's a reading audience thing. If I'm at a younger audience, I don't really think I say that joke.
Yeah.
But the older people love it.
That's
the
right.
Boomers love that one.
Us old folk.
Yeah.
So, but no, that's awesome. You hooked. And do you do it full time or do you have a part-time gig?
Yeah, no, I have a job right now. Trying to get out of having a day job, but I want to make sure that I'm stable enough to stop working at Wendy's. No, I don't work at Wendy's.
I was gonna say you get discounts at Wendy's at least. I mean, it's not horrible.
No, that would be the worst job to have. I'm vegan, so I would just be crying in a corner all day.
Hey, you're vegan. Me too.
Hell yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Just
that's the thing I will miss about
bump.
Orlando is how many vegan fist bump.
Yeah.
How many vegan places there are? I kind of am getting sick of them, but there's so many. What's your favorite?
Well, first off, you should look into Tampa because Tampa is
Really?
like.
Oh yeah, you're in Tampa. I forget.
Yeah, it's super. It's woke without the political side. It's very trendy when it comes to eating healthy and hopping on fitness trends and yoga and all that bullshit that people love. But yeah, I'm hooked on it. I used to be a personal trainer and I used to always eat meat. And then just recently, about 3 years ago, I switched to veganism.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Then
word,
do you not notice a difference in your ability to maintain muscle or work out? All that bullshit that Joe Rogan talks against it. And I love Joe Rogan, but he always talks against it. Like you can't,
Well, and I think it depends on each person too. Right?
Okay.
Mean, for me, I switched over for health reasons.
Okay.
I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease a few years back.
Yep.
And I tried so many different fucking diets. Nothing worked. And then I went strictly plant-based and all good.
Never. It went away?
Yeah. I mean, it's still, pop up here and there, but definitely not as much.
Was it attributed to more of meat or dairy or both?
I think
you don't know.
Both.
Probably both.
Yeah. I mean, every doctor I talk to, they're like, do this, take this medication, and we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we'll see. That's what they say. Everybody's different. We'll see.
So, did anybody recommend veganism to you?
No.
Or were you like, see, that's doctors are weird like that. That's
very strange.
I don't know. Maybe they're. I don't know.
Well, they don't have stock in Whole Foods and Sprouts, right?
Right. That's true.
Yeah, they got that
medication.
Fucking big pharma.
That makes sense. Yeah, that sucks.
No,
but I mean, that's great that it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Or basically not there.
It's definitely getting there. So there's some really rad spots here on the West Coast, especially near the water too.
Yeah, I'll have to visit Tampa soon.
Yeah, you should
check it out maybe for a weekend or something.
But we used to go to what was that great vegan spot in Orlando? Downtown Dandelions.
Yeah, closed.
Closed.
Fucking employees, man. They had a strike for more pay, and the owner was like, "I'm just not gonna deal with this," and shut the place down.
Fucking vegans and their strikes.
So they're like, "We want to unionize." I'm like, "You are literally making giddy ups and serving kombucha. Just fucking chill."
And by the way, they don't even serve kombucha. Didn't they have the pitcher? You serve it yourself. Like they're not even doing that.
Yes.
You're barely cooking the food.
You're in a house. Calm down. Yeah. I miss that place so much.
That was a great spot. Oh, that blows.
I know. It's been almost a year probably.
Wow. So it wasn't because of COVID. It was because of the people.
No, it was employees. And the owner was like, I'm good. Wow. I don't need the stress.
And I got a couple buddies that actually had to shut down one of their bars. I don't know if
here?
Yeah, well, one of them. My buddy owns Gnarly Barley. I don't know if you heard of that spot.
That's that shut down?
No, that's still open. But they own well, now they own Conrad Shanties
Oh, I don't know about that one.
and then GB's Bottle Shop, which is near, it's like
Is that
Winter Park
Sanford?
area. Winter Park area.
Oh, Winter Park.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
know those ones.
But then they had one, what was it called? It was downtown. They had to shut it down near Thornton's, right around the corner from Dexter's. Yeah, it
That
kind of
sucks,
sucks. Yeah, being a local
Yeah.
business owner. Again, especially in Orlando, they're not getting any tax breaks and they're not helping out local business. It's like, you know, when you pay
They
that much
close-
for rent,
I know, and especially in Thornton Park. My God,
come on.
that rent's got to be. I'm surprised Graffiti Junction. I don't know why people go there.
Is
That's
that
been
still open?
around. Yeah, it's been around forever. It's so gross. I mean, as a
Disgusting.
vegan, all I can get there is like their salad sucks. I can't get a good salad there.
Yeah.
Like it's the worst place. Like every place now you go, they kind of have good options for if you want to vegetarian or veganize your, shit. And then
Yeah.
Graffiti just doesn't give a fuck.
That's right. Yeah, most people, I feel like they'll just throw on like a salad and make a shit
It's like
veggie patty. That,
Remix and carrots.
like there was one spot I went to in Orlando last time I was out there. I forget what it was called. I wish I could remember it so that way I can put them on blast that they suck. But
Yeah.
it was some veggie burger that wasn't. It was just. It was literally like black beans.
Well,
Looked like they cooked it, and then just someone took their hand and just
molded it. No,
I was like,
I'm not a big
that's
fan
not-
of black bean burgers.
come on. Yeah, just
Now that we have Beyond and Impossible, like I don't need a black bean burger in and around my life.
that's right.
Keep
Do
it far
you-
away.
Do you find yourself like having a lot of those? What I call those transitional foods from like if you're carnivore to
yeah.
vegan.
I'm not a healthy vegan at all. I'm very basic. I don't know how to cook very well. So like Beyond Burgers have really I'm probably
Saved your
overeating
life.
them. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
I like Beyond more than Impossible.
Yeah. Well, Beyond's so good though.
I know, man. I probably have it twice a week.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, it's when you have like those every day. That's when it gets a little funky.
A little processed, yeah.
You know, because I've been really trying hard to only do. I've actually been doing. You'd appreciate this. I've been doing this subscription box called Purple Carrot,
I've heard of that. Is it good?
dude. So it's
Is
all
it good?
plant based.
Yeah.
It's all plant based. But what's the most badass thing about it? You could pick any meals you want, but I only pick dinner for me and the wife. So we do 3 meals a
Right.
week, $70 a week. Not bad. Hear me out. Each
Okay, not bad.
meal serves up to 4 people. So
No, it's
we'll,
not bad at all,
we'll
dude.
cook the meal, but we'll have leftover lunch the next day, right?
Fuck, I
and-
need to do this.
I'm telling you, the greatest thing about it though is they send. I'm a big believer, especially now that I've been vegan the last few years, of not wasting food.
Yeah.
Because that was my biggest thing is we'd go, to Sprouts or Publix, whatever. We'd spend $400 on groceries,
Yep.
but at the end of the month, we end up throwing away a quarter of it.
The produce and shit, yeah.
So it's like the cool thing with Purple Carrot is they'll send you exactly what you need. And like, even if it calls for like a cup of milk, they send you a little cute little fucking carton. Little
No,
cup
they
of milk.
don't.
Swear to God. That's the cutest thing you've ever seen. Oh, and they oversend too, which is the most exciting part about it. So like if it calls for 1 clove of garlic, they're not animals. They're not going to send you 1 clove. They'll send you a whole fucking a tit,
Oh my
whatever you
God.
call that.
All right. So how's the cooking experience level on could somebody who's a novice?
Yeah. So my wife is the worst Dominican Puerto Rican cook you ever encountered.
Okay.
She could barely cook rice. This is not a joke.
Okay. Same girl.
Okay.
Fucking same.
So
We'll be best friends.
she is incredible at cooking this shit.
Okay.
'Cause when
Dude,
you see-
you just sold me. I'm getting this tonight. I swear to
Dude,
God.
Google it. I wish I had a
Good meals.
referral code and I get discounts, but I don't. But you need to do it
Damn.
anyway.
I'm doing it tonight.
yeah.
I'd spend 100 on dinner for the week, so 70 is not that bad. Plus, I'm one person.
Yeah, and again, if you get it, you get I forget what it's called, but you get something where it feeds up to 2 to 4 people for $70 a week, and
Yeah.
you'll get leftovers for the whole fucking week. So
Fuck yeah,
You'll
dude!
save so
I'm
much
so
money.
on this. I'm doing
Yeah.
it.
that's sick.
Good
man.
recommendation. Because I'd
Thank
heard of
you.
those before, but then you look at the options, and most companies only offer vegetarian, right?
That's right.
Not a lot of vegan options.
Yeah, I mean they give you little vegan butter. They give you
Damn.
Vegan
They're not
everything.
skimping on anything.
no, they don't play around, and their recipes are so cool too because it's so minimalist the way they break it down.
Right.
It's like, okay, so you'll need to mix this bowl and then make sure when you get done with this, have this bowl ready for you. So like you have everything
Right.
that you need ready. Yeah,
And
that's
it's
legit.
a bunch of different stuff, not just like stir fry, which I'm a fan of. But
That's right. we're on the randomized plan, so they'll randomly send you stuff. We
Ooh.
have not had, I think we've had them for a whole month. We haven't had the same meal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude,
Every-
I eat the
every
same
week.
thing every day. This is amazing.
Yeah, no bueno.
I'm doing this tonight. I swear to God.
Do it.
Purple carrot.
Purple carrot, that purple.
Got it. I've heard of it. I just never I never knew if it was a good
That's worth
you know,
it.
not investment, but good bang for your buck kind of thing. But that sounds perfect.
Yeah, especially if you don't
If
like,
I-
wasting
Something I
food
can
and
just have
shit.
lunch the next day too.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate thinking about food, you know?
Yeah, and it's such a stupid part of our day, isn't it?
Yeah, I just
Like-
hate it. Like I'm not gonna cook and then I'm spending too much money eating out,
Yeah, it's just strange.
you know? It's great.
And then how long you been vegan? Pretty much your whole life?
No.
Oh.
No. I've been vegan for probably I think now this is 4 years. 3 or 4 years. I really lost count. I think I went in 2016, 17?
Hmm.
I don't know. I forget. But I was
Sick.
vegetarian for a couple years before that. Pescatarian before that. So I really did the gradual, you know.
Yeah,
I didn't just jump into veganism.
I kind of did it the same way too, because I was like trying to figure out my diet and shit.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to go. I dig the fish, but
You know,
now-
salmon's so good for you.
I know. Well, but
That is a
nowadays
thing.
these fucking
You can
people.
just get it. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
what
that's
are
the
they
thing
doing
too.
to the
It's like-
food too? You know.
I know. It's like anything, unless you're getting it super fucking fresh or like farm to table.
Right.
It's like you're just dealing with I don't know what the fuck. Even fruit sometimes I look at and I'm like, this is so beyond huge for a strawberry.
Yeah. it
This
should not
shouldn't be
like
this
that.
big. It just
Right.
shouldn't. So I'm glad I'm eating steroids.
That's right. And then you eat it and you gain like 10 pounds of muscle. You're like, what the fuck?
Hell yeah, I'll take it. need
Yeah,
that.
it is kind of funky. And then forget it. You watch a Netflix documentary and then you're really fucked.
Yeah, and I haven't done that because
Smart.
a lot of times they just show brutality to animals, and I hate that shit. That's the
Yeah.
whole reason I went vegan is because of animals. So
Is that right?
yeah. So I can't handle brutality to animals or like just even seeing like chickens in a dark coop all day, just the way that they
Mhm.
are at factory farming. I can't. I'd rather watch my grandma get shot in the face, to be honest,
That's right.
than watch chickens be miserable.
Yeah.
Which
Because your grandma's
know.
almost dead anyway. So
I mean, yeah, she's had a life.
that's right. But the chicken was just born
The
a couple weeks
chicken
ago.
is just
Come on.
yeah. So I don't watch a lot of those because there's always going to be a clip of fucking cow being miserable and crying.
Yeah, that's no
Can't
good.
do it. Can't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and my buddy. Side note, we're actually working on a documentary.
Really?
And we've been working on it for a while, but we're probably. I mean, COVID fucked us up a little bit with production, but yeah, we're like 6 months away from going full blown production on it. So,
What's it about?
well, it's called Eating Both Sides. EatingBothSides.com. Shout out.
Hell yeah.
But we're pretty much going to take, because we've both been vegan, but we've also both been, carnivore, anti-vegan, whatever you want to call it. Followed the Joe Rogan diet.
Yeah.
And so we're going to kind of do both sides. We're going to get experts on both sides of the fence.
That's brilliant.
And interview experts, talk to doctors, and kind of let people that are watching it form their own opinion.
That's so
because-
smart.
Thank you. Yeah. And I feel like I've watched a lot of documentaries, and that's kind of what helped me transition a little bit. But then I
Yeah.
also watched it, and I'm like, this is like watching CNN. Like, I'm only going to be, Democrat. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of
Yeah.
one of those things where it's pushing people too far. And like, veganism might
Right.
be good for you and me, but like my wife, she's a pescatarian. She can't do plant-based unless she cooks these meals.
Right.
But if we go out to dinner, she's going to have a piece of fish or chicken.
Right.
And that's okay for her because she doesn't have health concerns, or she's
Right.
okay with killing animals. Just kidding.
I'm gonna drive to Tampa, bitch her out.
But it's like one of those things where not everyone has to be vegan. Like we don't all have to be vegan to save the planet. It might help,
Right.
but we also don't know. I mean, we could get hit by
Well,
a
yeah, a
meteor
lot of
tomorrow.
it's ignorance
so.
is bliss. So a lot of these meat eaters aren't seeking out vegan documentaries. So I think you have
Correct.
a really smart idea here with presenting to their side as well,
And
so
just
that
kinda
they're
let
more
them-
inclined to watch it.
Yeah, let them figure it out.
Yeah, and maybe not having a bias about it. Maybe saying, here are the facts. Here's what the doctors are saying. I think it's really, really fucking smart.
Thank you. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I like doing the documentary with my buddy Jason because his wife's vegan, but he eats meat all the time.
Yeah.
And like she's trying, it's this battle that he'll try it and he'll love it, but he also just loves steak. So, you know, having
Right.
him involved in it will kind of keep me a little bit in check
Yeah,
to
right.
where I'll be like, yo,
Right.
bro, maybe we should like interview this vegan guy. And he's like, yeah, but we should probably interview this guy that likes meat too. So
Right.
he'll kind of keep me
Yeah,
in check.
that's really
So,
smart.
yeah, it'll be fun.
What's it called again?
It's called Eating Both Sides.
It's fucking good, man. I'm looking forward to that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we're
Hell
excited,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm enjoying being vegan and I just feel better too. So
Yeah, do you?
yeah, big time.
I mean, I just don't ever have any I don't remember having a lot of like health or issues or even like diarrhea. A lot of my
Right.
friends that eat meat just are constantly having diarrhea.
Of course.
They're just constantly shitting their brains out or like tired,
Mm-hmm. Lethargic.
lethargic. So
Grease.
yeah, I always
Yeah.
feel pretty good.
And they're fat. I mean, Fat Tim is pretty fat, isn't he?
Fat Tim is very fat, and he would never go vegan. My God,
Could you
I
imagine?
mean,
What would you
he's-
call him at that point?
I know, right? Jesus Christ, green thumb Tim. I don't know, man.
Something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But I do have some. I have a friend. His name's Shaw, Shaw Smith, and he's like what I call the super typical like unhealthy vegan, where all he eats is like Taco Bell and Impossible Whoppers
Oh,
and cocaine. So
it is a
I
plan.
mean, you don't have. I mean, being vegan, I'm not that healthy as a vegan, but I just I think it's just overall healthier, no matter what you're putting in your body that's plant based.
Yeah, and you're not killing
You know?
animals. Big plus.
Yeah, I'm not eating dead carcass. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, and you know, eggs I used to eat all the time, and I'll
Yeah.
be guilty of having an egg here or there.
Same.
But that to me is like the worst thing ever. Like when you think about what it is, spoiler
Yeah.
alert,
Chicken period.
that's a chicken period.
Yep.
And not the
Well, I mean-
punctuation. You're not saying chicken. You're
Yeah.
not ending your sentence. It's chicken menstruation.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's really gross. And like, there's no, and that's one of the things that and steak, you're just not going to find a good substitute for. Maybe you have. I don't like just egg. I don't like the egg powder. I don't like tofu scramble.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing compares to like a fried egg. So unfortunately, that and steak, I think, are the one things you can't find good substitutes for.
That's true. Yeah, like I went to one restaurant, I think it was Bahama Breeze or something a few weeks ago, and I ordered a cauliflower steak, and I know what that
Ooh.
is, and it was delicious, but
Was it?
it was really good. I like cauliflower though.
How did they season that? Like how they would a steak?
Yeah, it was kind of like I don't want to say Montreal seasoning because that would be an insult to Montreal seasoning, but it was like
Yeah.
that kind of like that flavor.
Okay.
But you know, again, don't call it a steak.
Right. What should it have been called? Like a cauliflower
block or something.
block. I don't like
Because-
cauliflower that much, so I don't know if I could do that one.
Yeah. Well, it's like that argument with just egg, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's not an egg, bro. Like, it's good.
No.
You know, if you're
It's
into
fine.
that.
I
but it's
can't
not an
season
egg.
it right, so I just gave up trying to eat that.
Yeah, it's just not an egg.
No, just call it something else.
And I'm okay with it. Call
Call it
just
scrambled something. I don't know. Just call it scrambled.
scrambled's good. Anti-chicken period would be good.
Yeah, yeah. No chicken period.
I'd eat that.
Chicken comma.
That's right. But yeah, and so getting off the vegan topic because that was fun. I'd love
Yeah.
to do a separate show, have you back on
Hell yeah.
and
I'd be
talk
down.
about veganism because yeah, that'd be fun to talk about. But
Absolutely.
what do you
Yeah.
think going back to cancel culture, all this bullshit? I mean, what do you really think like started this whole thing? Like, what was the whole movement behind all this shit where people are starting to get so goddamn sensitive?
I don't
all
know.
the
I
time?
think people became more progressive and open-minded about certain topics, such as accepting trans people, which is fucking fantastic.
Right.
You know, or standing up to, racism, which
Right.
I don't know if. I mean, white people you saw them at protests was really good. I don't know if white people as a whole are doing enough right now about
Sure.
racism, but whatever. Which is all really, really noble and good things to stand up for and fight for. But it kind of created a thing of like, for some reason, the things comedians are saying and joking about is more offensive than things that politicians are talking about, which is really annoying to me because, from both sides, politicians are absolutely batshit people that are saying insane things. And
Yeah.
we're getting mad at comedians for saying jokes on stage, not even like God, if people heard what comedians talk about among themselves,
Oh,
they'd
forget
be,
it.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the things we're willing to say on stage, people are getting mad about. So I think it's just an overcorrection that's needed. Good things came out of being progressive and like wanting to change for the better, but then also the sensitivity of newer generations or younger generations has fucked that up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, and I'm sure obviously social media has a lot to do with it and being on your phone all the time. And, there's so many different ideologies and all this bullshit out there that people just get drawn to one side, team blue, team red. Chris and I were talking a lot about this because, Chris, you get him high and he talks about fucking politics. He'll go on it was a 2-hour podcast. I'm like, all right, are we done here?
Oh my God.
But
Yeah.
but we were kind of talking about that where it's like team blue, team red, and it's okay to be on one side or the other, but I think it's even better. Like if you do go to protests and, like if you're a white privileged guy like me and you go to a Black Lives Matter protest, that's great. But then what am I doing like when the camera's not watching? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, am I doing something not just for the fame of it
Optics.
and to get the likes and
For
the
your
follows
Instagram
and shit?
post?
Right. So I think that's the big thing is we got to wait until this thing like goes to the other side where it gets really dirty, I think.
Yeah,
And then it
100%.
might kind of even out. So,
Yeah, and I don't like both sides of I don't like either party, so
they're both horrible.
yeah, I fucking hate them. I hate it so
much. The fact
much.
that we only have 2 is crazy.
It's insane. It's so insane.
And the fact that we let them like have policy dictating what we do, like abortion's the funniest thing to me. Because why is that even a topic of discussion to these fucking white politicians?
It shouldn't be.
Like,
I know.
Nuts. And
It's
none
all
of them
old
have a
white
vagina.
guys, right? It's all old white guys that want to.
All the white
But
guys.
I think it's a good distraction, so they
Sure.
can go behind the scenes, do other shit, make deals, insider trading, doing things with the
Make
military.
money. It's
So I
just all
think it's
them
just a
making money,
distraction
man.
tool. They don't give a fuck. They make their mistresses have abortions all the time.
All the time.
They don't really care.
No.
They just know it's a good distraction, and what middle America and Republicans want to hear is save the babies. Save the
them damn
babies. When most of those babies are minorities probably too, right?
Of course. Yeah, they're all minority. And that is kind of weird that we as a united nation don't see that and be like, wait a minute, I think everyone's in cahoots.
Well, the fact that the education system has been such shit for so long, it's really built up to allow for people to never see what's really going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you have a mixture of a shitty education system, and then you get dumb people that are like, yeah, save the babies. Gays are wrong. Black people, they don't do anything right. You got a good country going. This country's not going to survive 20 more years of this shit. I don't know. We'll see.
I know. Well, and by the way,
country.
I mean, we do have the most badass. I mean, I'm biased because I live here, but I think we live in a pretty dope ass country. But the fact that we point our finger at other people to try to fix the great country that we have, we can do so much shit. Like, but we think it's so shitty and we create problems. But I think I was reading a book. It's 12 Rules of Life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was talking a lot about like it's something deep in our DNA that we want conflict.
Right.
Like it's in there. Like we don't know what it is. Like it's the reason why we love superhero movies versus The Notebook. And The Notebook's great, don't get me wrong.
Or sports.
Yeah, exactly. It's that violent, that conflict we have to be involved in. And when we don't see it and we're not touching it, feeling it every day, we go out on social media and try to be like, we find like a transgender woman and man and we're like, and we just want to stir up shit just for no reason, even if it's not aligned with our ideology. We want to stir up conflict. Strange.
I mean, I could see that, especially social media just lights a fire under that. It's so easy now to go on Twitter and just get in a fight for no reason, or Facebook. I love Facebook fights, though. They're so petty and bad.
They're the best, though.
They make me feel so good. It's like when you were younger and you'd watch an episode of like Maury and be like, at least I'm not them. Or Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer.
You look at him and go, at least I'm not them. Now I log on to Facebook and I feel so much better about my life because people just blast, the most embarrassing shit.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's like watch your own little personal Jerry episode.
Yeah.
It's
and
great.
I'm like, I'm not them, so I'm doing okay.
And by the way, I know my friends that some of my friends even call me out for some of the shit I do. And
really?
I know they would never do it in person because I have a very objective view on a lot of different things. So especially when it comes to political stuff.
Right.
You know, I like to have guns, and I
Mhm.
believe in it, but I also think that guns are dangerous. So
I mean,
there's
I'm
certain,
assuming you believe in regulation, right? Or like
I
some
do.
kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
that's all. Like, how hard is that to get behind?
So, well, because if you take away my guns, that's my rights. That's the problem. And I don't know why I went
Right.
so racist on the right there, but yeah,
But then the other side is no guns ever, and it's like, you don't live in reality.
that's
That's never
madness.
going to happen.
And by the way, I want a gun so that way if my government says, "Hey, listen, just so you know, we're locking down Florida no matter what."
Right.
I want to be able to defend myself because I might
Right.
have looters. I mean, so there's real reasons to have it, but you know, again, there
Yeah.
has to be some regulation because I'm going to
What's
have
your
it for my
take
money.
on like automatics or semi-automatics? You think that's too far? I mean, I just
Well,
don't see the point of those ones.
This is my argument with it. My argument is guns are pointless for everything until you need
Okay.
it. So it's
Right.
like it's all the
But a
context.
handgun.
Yeah, it's just like a handgun. But then I'm also thinking to myself, if I have looters that come in, 9 bullets
Yeah.
aren't going to do the trick. So
Can you shoot? I don't know guns that well. Can you shoot a handgun multiple times? Like
if
boom,
you're
boom, boom.
if you're John Wick, fuck yeah,
Okay, so it's kind of hard to do, just
tough.
normal.
Yeah, it's tough.
Okay.
But you know, again, I mean, 47 rounds, 50 rounds. I mean, what do you need that for?
I
don't
know. What the
That's-
fuck?
It's
You don't need
funky.
it for hunting. You don't need it for.
Need it
I mean,
for
that's just
hunting.
insane. Well, I know the country's coming back though because we just had a shooting in Georgia, mass shooting.
Oh, that's right.
Country's back, baby.
Yeah,
We're
back
doing
in
well.
full swing.
When the school shootings come back, I'll know COVID's over.
Lockdowns are lifted.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, that was racially driven. I think they were all Asian people, right? You hear about that?
Were they? Yeah, I mean, I heard about it. I don't know the details of it. Were they Asian?
Yeah, I think it was all eight, like three to six Asian people in spas. I don't know.
I feel like that's there's just so many great joke nuggets in there. It's just that's
There are.
You got to
I know,
wait a couple
I
weeks.
need to
though.
work on that.
Wait a couple weeks.
Yeah.
They'll be
Go to
too
a
soon.
mic tonight.
Hey, did
What's
you
up,
guys hear about what?
Georgia? What's up? Yeah, I don't know.
Georgia. Yeah, it's funky, man. It's again, it's one of those things where I don't know if the government should be regulating that either. You know, I think if you have a gun and you use it the wrong way and you get caught, you know,
Don't get a gun anymore.
yeah, I mean, or you get life. But there's got to be a way when you get a gun, that there's got to be more regulation. Just what we have now, especially in Florida, because we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Gun
I mean-
shows are stupid. I don't believe in that.
Oh, I hate gun shows. I went to one and I was just like, ooh, so creepy.
Well, you could just buy a
Everything was
gun.
out there. Yeah, I could have just bought a gun. And I'm like, I mean, I could be, they don't check mental health is my big thing.
Right.
Right. A lot of these people, they're mentally ill. If you're going to shoot up a fucking crowd, you're not right.
That's right.
So
And you know
that
that.
scares me that there's no check on that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. I think mental health is a big thing, not just with guns, but also with what we're dealing with the homeless and
Yeah.
vets. And I got a bunch of buddies that are ex-military and the things they go through
Fucked
mentally
up.
too. It's a lot of fucked up shit. So, but you give one of those guys a gun, they might snap one day. I mean, have we not seen fucking that movie with what's his name?
Titanic. Just kidding.
More often than not, it's always Titanic.
No, what movie is about an ex-military that kind of goes.
Clint Eastwood directed it. What's his fucking name? It's
Gran
got
Torino?
Bradley Cooper in it.
I don't think I've seen it.
What?
I'm not a big action movie person.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
It was
But
a good
yeah,
movie.
I would. I would also just think that military vets. I mean, even if their mental health wasn't that great, they'd still have a respect for the gun kind of thing. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know many military vets.
Could be. Yeah.
I don't know.
We just
Or
don't
maybe
know.
they're just like, fuck society. You guys treat us like shit after we protected you.
That's right. You only
Boom,
pay
boom,
me
boom.
you only pay me $1,000 a month after I served the
Yeah.
country.
Dude, I feel bad for anybody that is military. Just like,
So crazy.
I'm not a fan of the military.
Well, you know what pisses me off, and this is another thing where politically I get kind of like in the middle, because both sides have an agenda, but no one could agree that us leaving the country and defending other countries right now is probably not the best thing to do. And
Yeah.
we've been doing it for 10 something years. Last couple
Yeah.
presidents have been doing it. But it's
Yeah.
like, have you been to Detroit? Like, let's fix
Right.
Detroit first.
I know, dude.
And then
There's so
maybe.
many states where Detroit's fucked.
Yeah. And then let's go to Iraq. Let's just worry
Yeah.
about the short. You know what I mean? Like, and we
you know,
spend
money, baby.
billions of dollars on that shit.
Billions
and
of
it's
dollars, man.
crazy. And
Billions of dollars.
you know, again, it's only to get over there, to make them see our way, like Americans do. We want to force people to do what we like.
Absolutely.
It's maddening.
And it's not that I don't support the troops. It's that I just don't support the way we treat the troops,
Yeah.
you know, afterwards. Because,
Yeah,
I
that's a
mean,
great way
what
to
they're
put it,
doing
yeah.
is, you know, admirable, but also just like, man, we just shit on them. We use them up and then we, you know,
Yeah.
have no resources for them when they come home and are just like, good luck.
Yeah. Well, what they think is admirable. I mean, you know, especially because
Yeah.
they're kids. There's a reason why they won't let me in the military at 35.
Right. Do they have a cutoff for age like that?
Yeah, I think it's I
Is
don't know what it is
they
now.
young, right? What, 18 to 30? 30 is.
Yeah, because they don't want old people in there. They're smart.
Yeah, smart. I know.
Once you hit above 25, your brain stops developing, and you're like, wait a minute, should I be overseas
Yeah,
doing
fucking
nothing, scratching my ass?
18-year-olds,
Come on, that's
Yeah.
not cool.
That's sad. That's scary.
Yeah, but you know, I guess we could just do what we got to do and keep a smile on our face, get people laughing, and don't worry about anything else.
I know, exactly.
Just be better people. That's all.
Yeah, like, and I just don't think I would be one of those comedians to go overseas and perform for the troops. I mean, I can't, I don't know.
At least you're honest. You don't want to get behind it. Like, you know, it's not like you
Yeah.
don't support them. It's just you probably look at them and
we treat them.
you're trying to do your set and you're like, ooh, motherfucker, do you know you're getting raped right now doing what you're doing?
Yeah,
Like,
you're getting a Dodge Charger and that's it.
that's right.
Maybe PTSD and an alcohol addiction,
It's not
drug
okay.
addiction. Yeah, man.
But hey, what are you gonna do?
Not join the military, that's for sure. I'm too old, I think. Thank God.
You're too old. Yeah,
Cut
I
off.
can't. I definitely can. I'm glad.
Yeah.
And I have Crohn's. That's
Yeah.
they won't let
Even
me
if
in
you're
there.
younger,
Gotcha, motherfucker.
you're way out.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
Hey, side note. So I do want to touch base because we're already at an hour already. I hope you're good on time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Time flies in here.
Hell yeah.
It's like a crazy time warp. Your fucking TikTok that went viral.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know, walk me through how this happened. Because by the way, your Jim Carrey impression is fucking awesome. So
Thank you.
were you doing this like beforehand and then you just started throwing things on TikTok, or like what happened there?
Yeah, I mean, I was always able to do a Jim Carrey impression very, very, very easily.
Because you're related?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Easy to do impressions.
He's my father. I know I'm getting old, by the way. When people used to say I look like Jim Carrey's daughter, now they say you look like Jim Carrey's sister. And I was like, all right, well, he's like 58. White doesn't age well. But yeah, I've always done the impression and I never did anything with it on stage or anything because I always thought it was really hacky and I didn't really know what to do with it. So I just never really addressed it that much. And like throughout my life, I wouldn't walk around being like, hey, you know what I mean? But I have his natural smile. So like after sets, even just doing my regular comedy, after every set, somebody would come up and be like, you know who you look like? And I was like, God damn it. Yes, I do. Jim Carrey. So I was bored during quarantine. TikTok came around and I was like, I'm going to try to convince TikTok that I'm Jim Carrey's daughter. And so the first couple of videos I did, I posted like, please get me in touch with my father, you know, and people fucking believed it real hard. So I had to pull back a little because I mean, it just within the first TikTok I did, it blew up. So I had to pull back a little just because I was worried about, I don't know, misleading people or lawsuits.
Yeah.
And so people gradually now realize like, okay, she just looks just like him and it's
Yeah.
creepy and we're not okay with it, but it's not his daughter.
That's
And now it's just
fucking
fun, you know?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, and the like little side by sides you do.
Yeah,
with,
those are
with some of
fun.
the clips. Yeah, those are great. Do you have a favorite Jim Carrey clip or moment or movie, or is there too many?
The one I liked doing the most was The Pen is Blue, just
yeah.
because it was the hardest one to do, but it was so much fun. And I think I almost passed out every time I was trying to film it. But yeah, I like the challenging ones. The ones where I'm just like, you know, sitting there like, alrighty then. It's like, all right. But
That's good.
I'm gonna do the one from Ace Ventura where he's in a pink tutu next.
Yes, please.
So the slow motion reverse, it'll be it'll be hard, but I'm excited to do that one. It'll be fun.
Oh, that's great.
I think people will like that one.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite movies. I would say Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Even the
It's the
second
first one I've seen of him.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I don't know about you, but that was the first movie.
Yeah, his big movie.
For me.
Probably, yeah. I mean, he did some other movies that There was one he did with like Jeff Goldblum, like way back in the day, where he was
Yeah, I
like an
think he did like
alien.
Earth Girls Are Easy
That's right.
and
Earth Girls Are Easy,
Born
yeah.
Once Bitten or something. Somebody on TikTok's always like, do something from Once Bitten. And I'm like, I literally have never seen that movie. No one's going to understand that reference.
You know what you should do that would be hilarious is Fireman Bill.
I know. I'm trying to nail this one still because
It's a tough
I
one.
never grew up on that. So I think it's like
It's a tough one.
like that kind of.
Oh.
And there's like an I got to figure it out. It's the voice. The voice for right now is hanging me up. I got to figure it out.
Dude, that's awesome. And by the way, I have the camera here and my monitor's here.
Gotcha.
So it took like 5 seconds to look at you.
Yeah.
But it was-
just
it
sitting
was-
there like Fire Marshal Bill.
But it actually built up my impulse because I'm like, why is she quiet? Let me look. Whoa.
I know.
It
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah, I want to do that one.
Yeah. In living
I
living
gotta nail it
color,
first, and I need a hat, one of those hats.
you need the hat and you need to set yourself on fire. That's step one.
Yeah, I'm not prepared for that yet mentally.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
I'll get there.
you're really not getting into characters, are you?
No, I'm not committed.
Way to give up on COVID time.
I'm just not committed.
There has been some great benefits to COVID, including TikTok.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure you're saying this.
100%. Absolutely. I mean, who knows how TikTok would have been? It probably would have been like a nice little app like Vine, but because of COVID, I mean, it's just fucking. People are on there all day.
Blowing up, and I can't think of a video that I passed by that I'm like, this is stupid. Like it's
I
always
know.
great content on there.
Because it's catered to like your, the algorithm nails it.
It's on point.
And it's good videos and it's, quick videos. You're not spending more than a minute on one video.
That's right.
It's just a great app.
It's a great app, and it made me stop using Snapchat. So fuck off Snapchat. You just
Oh
lost
God,
your
yeah, I
fucking.
can use that. Even going on Instagram now, I'm just like,
What's
all
the
right, I
point?
post my things there because I got a good following there, but I'm
Right.
barely looking at anything else on there.
Yeah, because TikTok is just. And you're right, though. The algorithm, now that I think about it, is much better than everything. Like on Instagram, I'll be scrolling, and for some reason, I get nothing but like chicks in bikinis. So strange.
Yeah, so strange how that just happens, huh?
Algorithm's fucked up on that. so I
Oh,
don't
you
even
got to
use
tell
it.
your wife that, man. This algorithm, why am I getting Blue Chew ads all the time?
My wife
Ah.
is so cool though, because of course, like every great married couple, we sit on the couch and aimlessly look at our phone for 4 hours. So we just sit there and just ignore it. And occasionally she'll look over and she'll be like, "What's that?" And I
Right.
go, I don't know, chicken and bikini. She's like, "She's hot."
That must
I was
be
like,
you.
"Phew, thank God."
Yeah. Okay, so she's a cool wife.
She's well for now. I mean, it's only been 3 years. We're still in the early stages of like she's trying to like slowly build up my trust, and then
Yeah.
eventually take me for 50% of everything.
Yeah.
I own. So
Marriage, man.
yeah, it's a damn. It is kind of cool to have someone
You like marriage?
I mean, I like the fact that I get to come home and I can get laid anytime I want. That's
Oh, right.
step one. I mean, that's every guy's dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially being a guy, single now. Oh my God, I can't imagine because I was on Tinder before I met this one.
Oh
And
God, dude, that's the fucking worst out there, man.
well, when it first came out, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was definitely meant to, smash and quit. But now
The
it's just
people on
raunchy.
there.
Yeah.
No, Bumble is a little bit better. I
Bumble
only
I hear is good.
use Bumble when I do use dating apps. But Tinder's just full of people that want to. Well, especially for gay women or women
Sure.
that are into women.
What about Grindr? Is that only men?
It's only guys, and I would
Oh,
never.
See, I need
Yeah,
to
it's only
check that out.
guys, and it shows like how far away from you are from dick. Like, who needs that?
What? Tell me, is there like a little dick? Little
There should
thing
be.
on
It's
the
probably.
map?
I wish there should just be dicks all over the map for these guys.
And then when you hit it, it like shakes like a little dildo or something.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be great. Yeah, I don't think there's a lesbian version of Grinder, but they need to make one like called U-Haul or something. I would totally download it.
You all-
And it's not about because Grinder's about guys banging because guys are
Sure.
hornballs. They want to bang.
There's
Girls
one
are
of
more
those.
emotional and they want connection. So I think making an app called U-Haul,
But
about like moving in after 2 dates.
But if there was one, because it is for lesbians only, would you have an emotional component first, or would you go straight to scissoring? Like, how would that work? You think? on
Oh
the app?
God, never scissoring.
Never scissoring.
No.
See,
I don't know any
guys,
lesbian that scissors.
See, this
It's
is
not
guys.
real.
This is guys' perception. This is what needs to be
Yes,
talked
I do.
about
I
on a
have
daily
a bit
basis.
about this, about how guys are always like, lesbian scissor, lesbian. I'm like, no, we don't.
'Cause
We
it
don't.
doesn't
I
seem
promise
like
you,
it
I've
would
never
work.
scissored in my life.
Yeah,
That is the most awkward position.
it's weird.
It'd be
Well-
like if a girl just started grinding on your hip. Would you
Hey,
be like,
now.
what are you doing? Are you into that? You might be into
No, you-
scissoring.
Now you got me started. Yeah, I
No,
don't-
it's just such an awkward.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and for guys in particular, I think aesthetically it sounds good on paper, but then for me, I'm weird. The only thing I can think about when that happens is what are they doing with their hands and where are their eyes
Yes,
looking? Like, what are they
or
doing?
eyes.
It's just so
Are we doing
strange.
contact? Yeah. No, it's too
Yeah.
much. Why is
I
your
don't
dog looking at us weird? Yeah, it's a lot. I don't need it.
That's weird. So is Bumble the one that you have to interact first? Is that how that works?
It generally is for hetero. So like if you
Oh,
match with a
okay.
girl in there, she only gets to message you first. So it kind of cuts down on the gross messages that women get, I guess.
Hmm.
But when it's girls, girls and girls, anybody can message. And I'm probably the
that's
same
cool.
for gay guys.
Right.
I think it's just cutting down on straight guys being gross. On dating apps, they get real. The audacity of men on dating apps, I feel like sometimes is hot.
Oh.
They'll just say whatever because they're like, "Fuck it, what are you gonna do on Match Me?" Which I get.
Yeah, and they know that they'll keep scrolling. There's going to be 500 other women that they
Yeah,
can easily match with. So
I think they'll only ban you on dating apps now if you like send a dick pic unsolicited or at all, or like say racist shit.
wow.
But you couldn't get away with just being gross. You know,
I guess that's a good point.
just like anal question mark. You can do it.
That's allowed though.
That's allowed.
But
I don't really.
sending a picture of your anus not allowed.
Not allowed. No more.
Sending the word anal question mark.
Not allowed. I learned that the hard way. Yeah, but
Excellent.
I don't even know if the whole Bumble thing helps straight girls because either way, once you message a guy, then it's open to anything.
Yeah, that's so strange though. Like this is where we've come.
I know.
And what's even more funny about this? We're talking about like Grindr and Bumble and all. So there's an app just for gay men.
Yeah.
But we're pushing them into an app. I mean, this is no different than colors only allowed.
Right?
Like, I mean, it's very strange that we'll allow this just because it's on our phone, and we just don't see it. Like, if I'm a gay dude, I'm like, listen, motherfucker, what if I want to turn a straight guy? Like, what?
Right?
You're not gonna let me? I have to have
They're
my
just
own app.
Banging on the DL guy to get Grindr.
Yeah.
Which is probably happens.
But the woke community's okay with that. But then Louis C.K. can't make a fucking joke.
Right.
Like, I don't get it.
It's weird.
Very strange.
You can be kind of segregated in one way. But I mean, if there was a straights only app, I think we'd be hearing a lot of bullshit.
That's true.
Honestly. And it's like,
true.
who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? But yeah,
and
it
all
was
you gotta
like,
do is lie, right? You lie at the first couple meets.
Yeah, it's called lying. Do it.
Yeah,
How else you gonna
whatever.
date? Yeah.
So how's luck been going on Bumble?
I'm not active on it right now. I don't really care because I'm going to be moving soon. So I'm just like, I'm not focused on that. I'm just kind of just doing my own thing. And, once you've been on Bumble over a couple years, which I've been on and off single for years, you see the same lesbians.
Smart.
And they're just all so not, I don't know.
Boy,
I don't
and
know if it's Florida or what.
Well, they probably just scissor and get out, right? I mean, that's
I'm telling you, we don't sis. All right.
yeah,
Probably.
That is interesting. I think it's just Orlando though.
Probably.
Because I had to stop after about 2 years when Tinder first came out, and I was like, okay, this is
Because you notice the same people.
Yeah.
It's sad when you'll be in a relationship for 6 months and you go back to Tinder after it, and it's the same people, and you're like, have you not been doing anything at all, Jessica? What are you doing? Why are you still here?
Her name is always Jessica, by the way.
Yeah, it's always Jessica.
Yeah, but that's the one thing I like. So to get back to my beautiful wife, that's one thing is I don't I don't have to worry about those dating apps because they have gotten more and more disgusting.
It's more depressing than ever now.
And I think a lot of it has to do with us humans have just gotten more gross.
Yep.
And I think
we don't care anymore. We don't give a fuck.
Well, dude, we have such a short attention span. I mean, look at like TikTok, where like I'll look at TikTok and what is it, a minute or 50 seconds, however long
it's
the
a
clips
minute
are?
at most.
A minute at most, and it'll get to like the climax portion. Like I know it's gonna peak, and I'm like, fuck this.
Yep.
Like, what is wrong with
Exactly.
me, dude? Like,
Dude,
I
I know.
can't even finish a 1 minute fucking clip. But for some reason, I can binge Schitt's Creek in one day. Like, walk me through
Yeah.
how I can do
Well,
those things.
Yeah, and I even find it hard now. Like I haven't watched a movie in so long because I can't keep my attention. I'm
Right.
on my phone.
Because
My
the
phone is
phone
much
is
more
just
exciting to me.
it's
I
way
can do
better.
multiple things. A 2-hour movie, I can't do it unless I'm in the theater, and even then, can't guarantee that I won't check out. It's scary.
Yeah, that
but
whole
I'm okay
stupid
with it.
that whole stupid
It's so
sign of like
stupid.
turning off your phone. I don't listen to that.
Yeah, no, it's not happening.
No, it's like an airplane. I don't put my shit in airplane mode. Fuck you.
Yeah, no,
keeping
no.
that
I'm buying.
on.
I'll take 2-hour flights and buy fucking a week's worth of Wi-Fi just to be sure.
That's right.
I'm not being without my phone.
It's so weird that because phones are just it's just better. It's
I
just
know, dude.
better.
There's so much more you can do on them.
It's just better.
Anything. Stream,
Anything.
dating apps, Instagram, TikTok, Gmail. There's just so much shit you can do.
Everything.
Watch your aunts talk about, the Chinese virus on Facebook. Anything you want. It's right right there.
right at your fingertips.
Unlimited entertainment.
And now the batteries last so long. Like a couple years ago when I got my first iPhone, it was like I had to charge it like after 2 hours. Now I can be on it all day and it's totally okay.
And you have portable chargers. Fucking bring power bricks with you everywhere you go. Yeah, you're good.
Oh.
Everywhere has USB ports. If I walk into a restaurant now or a bar and I don't see a USB connection, I'm just like, you guys have to be, we're canceling you.
I leave.
I'm going to say that you called me the N-word. We have to cancel you now.
Leave a
Where's your
disgusting
phone chargers?
Leave a disgusting Karen Yelp review.
Get with
and
the
get
times.
the fuck out of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And I can't imagine when it's going to be like, I mean, because how old are you? You say you're 32?
I'm 32.
Well, for Jim Carrey's sister, you don't look a day over 20. So
Hey!
keep it up, you
Hell
little
yeah,
you.
thanks, man.
No problem.
Moisturize with mayonnaise.
That's right. But like, I mean, I'm 36 in May.
Yeah, you look great too.
And thank you,
It's
thank
the
you.
veganism, guys. It's the veganism.
That's right. Try your
You know?
local, try your local anti-chicken period.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Uh,
Fuck chicken periods.
That's right.
No, literally.
But when like I was in my teens, there was nothing. I mean, we had the flip phone. We had the fucking a beeper. I had my own beeper.
Yeah, beeper. Remember pagers?
Dude, and then even before that, I had to graduate. I had like the gum beeper. It was the fake one.
Yeah, I remember those.
And you flap those up. It's like from that to now teenagers have their own fucking, like, what are my kids gonna have in 15, 20 years? I can't even fucking fathom.
Do you have kids or no?
Not yet. I hope
So,
just kidding, babe.
yeah,
No, we're gonna start trying for sure.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a number one tablet. I mean, they kids like at 3 know more about how to operate fucking iPads than me probably because I've never used an iPad.
It's the babysitter.
Yeah, but I don't know what the fuck they're gonna have when they're older. Like, I can't. I think it'll just be like a chip in front of their eye with everything that they need.
That's right.
I mean, you watch Black Mirror and it's like, do you watch Black Mirror?
Love that show.
Great.
They need to start making them again because it's been too long. Yeah.
And I refer to that as like that is what the future will be because it seems pretty accurate for the most part.
Yeah, it looks pretty spot on, especially everything that went on with that. What was that episode where they rated you?
Yes.
Like you get a rating.
Yeah.
Dude, it's happening as we speak.
It was like, I know that happens now.
So crazy.
Depending on likes, depending on engagement of comments.
Here's what I love the most about watching. I've been doing this a lot lately, especially with COVID, because there's been a pandemic.
Yeah.
So
what?
Yep. So I haven't left a lot. So I've been immersing myself in like old movies, like movies that I grew up with, like old Superman flicks and like old geeky stuff that I used to watch as a kid, like from the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to watch like movies like Alien, which was a great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
But their technology that they thought, because it was placed in like
so good.
It was like placed in like, wasn't it supposed to be like the year 2035 or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's like it's 20 years away. It's not that far. They were so far off. Like they still.
Well, it was way more advanced, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but compared to now, what was funny is like they didn't visualize that we would have a computer in our hands, like this small.
Right.
All their computers that they were using were these massive, like Batman style computers, but they couldn't think so far ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I know. And that's the thing. Can we? Are we able to predict
Right. Well, that's what I'm
Are we
thinking.
gonna
Like,
be paying with things with our wrist?
right.
You know?
When you bring up like Black Mirror, I'm thinking to myself, well, that seems accurate, but what if like that is even like not
Even
close
that's
to what?
not advanced. We're gonna be like in 40 years. We'll be like, do you remember when Black Mirror
Fucking stupid
said
show. They
that
weren't even
we
close.
could just like replay our day by looking at a chip in our eye?
Yeah. 40 years, we won't even be here. So,
I know, right?
we don't
We're
have to worry
done.
about that.
Maybe we will. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems pretty far out.
Well, apparently there's so many crazy like things, flailing through space that are so close to us that
Yeah.
these weird objects. You hear about all this stuff going on?
Yeah. Well, and also you just hear that all the rich people are going to move to Mars.
Oh, of course. It's way
Leave
better
us.
over there. Get the fuck out.
Just leave us hanging.
Get all the white privileged folk and just put them on Mars.
Yeah.
Those
Send them a few
pricks.
kids. We'll
That's
have
right.
fun,
That's right. Well, let me leave you with this because we're going. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'll force you to come back on the show.
Yeah,
Again.
absolutely. I'm down. You're great. You're great to talk to.
Oh, thank you. You too. So let's leave everyone with this. So if they can't, see on the screen, because a lot of people might listen, but where can they follow you on social media? Give a couple shout outs if you got any dates coming up. I got a lot of Orlando listeners because, I was born and raised there. So a lot of
Hell
people
yeah.
subscribe. So if you got something coming up, give us a shout out there.
Yeah, well, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok with the same username handle. It's Heather Shaw with 4 W's. So it's SHAWWW.
Shaw.
Shaw, which some people are like, change it to Shaw, alrighty then. I'm like, that's too on the nose. And then I don't have any shows coming up right now. I'm trying to plan out a tour, just East Coast tour, just to hit some spots. But it's, with COVID still, it's kind of difficult. So no shows coming up. But if you do like shows in Orlando, check out Shit Sandwich at the Bull and Bush Pub every other Saturday. So the first and third Saturdays of the week or of the month at 9 p.m.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Well, Heather, thank you so much. Again, it's been a privilege to talk to you. I had a lot of fun. We got a lot in common, so I got to get you back on the show.
It's great. I think
Yeah.
we're friends, man. You got to deal with it.
I'm sold. And the fact that
Hell
as long
yeah.
as you, now that you've responded and actually showed up after I waited for a couple days, I think we got a good thing going here.
So unorganized. We are, yeah. Invite me on anytanytime. I'm down.
All right. Thanks so
Thanks
much,
for
Heather.
having me, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.